It has
This
had
guy
the
moves.
plane crash in
This guy
Spider-Man:
moves to
Homecoming.
Seattle, where there's no superheroes though.
Guys, I've started recording.
Why would you be doing it,
So,
though?
okay, let's do intro lucky. I'm taking cut this part out. Who's going to be the host?
Cap or dog?
I can host if you want.
Okay, you know the topic, right?
No, I don't know nothing.
Okay, I can be the host.
Yeah, just host it.
Okay, so let's start in 3, 2, 1. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the not that long awaited Footprints episode 2 podcast.
I thought this is episode 3.
Yeah, but I lost the episode 2 files, so this is episode 2 now.
The real episode 2 was lost to the gods.
We're only 3
very
episodes in and we have the last episode.
It was the same with the mutual. So today I'm joined by David,
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back.
who has enjoyed a good vacation, I hope, and Rahel,
Shalom.
and my captain, Cap.
Hey everyone.
Did you say shalom, Ruhil?
Oh, I said hello.
He said,
You said shalom. Did you know the huge thing?
So today's topic
Shalom,
is.
everyone.
Oh, Christ. So today's topic is how is it being a citizen in the MCU? Yeah. So who wants to start off?
I'll do a little opening monologue. I mean, you know, like first thought is probably it's pretty cool, you know, because you get to see all the superheroes and shit. But I think it's more less so than in the comic universe. But there are a lot more world-ending disaster events you could lose your life in or your family. I mean, just look at. We have a few examples in the MCU itself. Zemo wanted to take revenge on the Avengers because he lost his family to them.
There must be so many Seamos.
Vulture, he was just like a regular guy who lost his business because of the all the superhero shit going around. So, you know.
Okay, so there's a lot to talk about. So I decided we should just go through every movie and yeah. So let's start off with Iron Man 1. How's being a citizen in the same world as Iron Man?
Well, Iron Man 1 ain't that bad because, like Iron Man, nobody even really knows Iron Man exists until the last part.
Yeah, but how does people know that they're actually a guy? What if that's a Terminator?
Why would people think that?
Yeah, but it's never confirmed that it's a guy until maybe the ending.
That's true, but I think people naturally assume.
Why,
I
who's
think
an
people
alien?
naturally assume that someone is a person, even if it's not. At least.
Well, isn't it the same year as Terminator Salvation came out?
No, yeah, I think so. Oh, the game was terrible.
Oh,
I haven't played it.
I never played it. Cap, do you have anything to say about it? Captain? Okay, so he's dead. So...
Yeah. I think that went a little too much in character and it's now collapsed building.
So, in the press conference, and you're watching it like live, and like you see it, and then when he just says, I'm Iron Man, what's your reaction?
Oh, he's lying.
Well, it depends. Because do you have like superhero comic books and stuff like that in...
No. But I mean, you have Captain America badges or something.
Oh yeah, true. You already knew. I think it'd be pretty dope if you have a superhero and you don't really think about like the possible consequences and alien invasions. You just think, holy shit, someone has like a Iron Man suit. Everything is possible. Let's go.
Listen, for you. What if someone thinks that that's Robocop or something?
I would believe it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't believe it initially, actually, like Ruhil said.
Yeah, it's too much of a,
ladies' man.
No, it's...
Billionaire.
Yeah, you wouldn't think somebody like that would get his hands dirty.
It's like basically Donald Trump going out and being like, hey, I have the Iron Man suit now, suck it.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like, this isn't real. This is like a marketing thing, right? For a movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Those people didn't die, right? Right.
No.
So
there's some people who are like that.
At what point do you think people started believing? Because, I mean, not many people knew about Thor, right?
No,
At least I don't
More on
think
that
so.
later. More on that
small
later.
scale.
We should go to the next movie. That is Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
That's
What do you think about that?
I'd kill myself if I looked at it.
There's a
I
green
mean,
guy
oh
going
shit.
around.
Because they really like you can't like if you were in Harlem or made any YouTube videos of Harlem, it's hard to deny that's real.
Yeah.
I mean, because so
Some
shit.
people would say sort of like a Hawk store for money.
Well, yeah, okay, of course, like the 9/11 conspiracy theorists would jump on that
Not 9/11.
Harlem.
Not quite that deep. I mean, like people who say Bigfoot or UFOs are real. You'd think it's on that terror.
You don't
Still,
think that's a guy going through puberty?
And I mean, probably people have taken like cell phone videos and shit of it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is just my friend Hulk. He's just smashing some stuff. Oh, say hi. Hulk smash!
Well, the Hulk was amazing.
Hulk looks Mexican. What?
Well, it's amazing in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's what was Mexican. I'm like,
Yes, he's
That's
actually
good.
Mexican.
yeah, exactly.
The best part of Marvel secret.
Oh, that's the new change coming to Hulk in the future.
Yeah. So, other than Harlem being this, what if you have what if you were there? What would be your reaction?
You'd probably get stomped on by Abomination, or a car would probably crush you.
Yeah, I'd be really happy if I was alive.
Why? To see two giant Bigfoots fight.
Yeah, you see two giant monsters will literally tear up the entire neighborhood and probably kill a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, but who do you think is the good guy in that situation?
Not none. I'd be scared. Before.
Oh no, yeah, like if you didn't know the whole animation, you just think, like imagine if two gangsters get into a gunfight, or like two gangs get the Crips and the Bloods get into a gunfight. You're not thinking, oh, who would be right in this scenario, the Crips or the Bloods? You just think, holy shit, a fucking gunfight, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Wow. It's like Godzilla versus King Kong. Except tinier and less radioactive. More gamma radio. Anyways, shall we go on to the next movie?
Sure.
Iron Man 2. So there's two Iron Mans now. There's a billionaire.
Well, at first, the movie opens with him being, like, famous as fuck, so I guess the people who did believe in Iron Man all...
Yeah, and he did open his face with the suit on, so...
Oh, yeah. It's hard to deny.
Yeah, unless Tony Stark actually killed the original Iron Man and just took his identity. What if you were in that expo?
Take a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's probably just like, it's kind of just like going to a, wait, let me think, who's like really famous and has something very extraordinary. I know, going to see Elon Musk or something, I don't know, people get excited for that. Or to an Apple convention.
Yeah, but Elon Musk doesn't almost kill you.
Yeah, well, okay.
I mean, Elon Musk doesn't have enemies that's gonna kill everyone.
Yeah, true, but they're not afraid. They see him as like an American hero and shit, so I don't think they're very afraid.
Wow. Hey, apparently
it's kind of like if you see like if there's like a famous Navy SEAL or something who killed Bin Laden, I don't know.
Are they all dead?
But he doesn't have like
isn't SEAL
weapons in his ass.
Yeah,
it's not the other team.
Okay, so ISIS came back and wanted to kill him. That's good news.
Captain America would probably fight ISIS if
yeah, but like how ISIS wouldn't even exist in this universe.
Well, like it's still you have 10 rings, which is sort of like ISIS.
Yeah, but like in the first movie, they easily get fisted on.
Yeah.
But Iron Man, like that's just Iron Man in the start. Like imagine if it was Hulk.
It still exists in Ant-Man. It's still
true. There's not really anything comparable to Iron Man in the.
Okay, so just let's go to the next movie, which is Jesus Christ.
Huh?
No, I mean 4.
Oh.
You heard Google's disappointment.
Like we're gonna talk about Jesus Christ, guys. Does Edie have a hammer? Jesus. That is.
It's only a carpenter.
Oh, okay, who cares? This is out of topic.
Anyway,
We tried to
Trying to,
lift the hammer.
a lot of like the folks around there, I think.
Yeah, what would be your fear about why the hammer won't like touch?
Yeah, I think people wouldn't really be scared. I think they'd just be like,
Confused.
either it was really heavy or maybe bottled to the ground, or they'd just be like, wait, what? They'd just be
Wait.
kind of.
What if you saw Thor and that what's in it, destroyer?
People would be afraid of the destroyer.
Yeah, but like, what would be a thing? Like, would it be like, destroyer is God, Thor is Jesus, or like Thor, Jesus and God are fighting each other? This is next level.
Nah, I think most people would more or less assume the destroyer's evil because he was literally going around laser blasting people, and then you just see some. They maybe just think Thor is like some crazy guy with a hammer or something.
Yeah, but like,
He's trying to play dress up or something. I don't know.
what will religion even be when Thor exists?
Probably Norse gods.
Like, will Christianity just switch to? No, fuck Jesus. We believe in Thor. Okay. I don't want to. I don't have any.
I think there's like I don't know how many there are left, but I think there's like a few thousand people in Scandinavia who still believe in Norse gods and stuff. They'd be like, yes. They'd love to get in religious conversation.
Yeah, okay.
They'd love to get in. Like there's people in Scandinavia. They like be like, well, Christianity is the real, is the best. Everyone should be Christian now. I think everything should be a Norse god. Why? Have you ever seen Jesus? No, he's been long dead. Wow, I've seen Thor. So he's the best.
I've seen Thor. You haven't seen Jesus. That's the difference. Wait.
I had a drink with Thor.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's actually possible.
Oh yeah, this is a little bit ahead, but in Avengers 2, in the party, some like war vets and stuff have a drink with Thor.
Yeah. Okay. So, talking about Avengers. Captain America, the first Avenger.
World War II is.
Okay, imagine being in the early 2000s, being a kid, and you hear a story about Captain America. Will you believe them?
No, World War II propaganda is Allies propaganda.
Yeah.
Well, I believed him, but I didn't think it was. I'd probably just think it was like a commando in like a propaganda suit, so to say. I still think Captain America was awesome, and I still respect him. Just wouldn't think he wasn't like actual superhero.
I'd say it's revisionist history. He was actually a member of Hydra all along.
Let's not go into that. Wait. Why wouldn't there be more people on Antarctica? Because that's where Captain America apparently died. To just see his body. I'm surprised there was more people trying to look for him.
I think they just assumed he died in a plane crash. You're not gonna look for a blown up body.
Just ask Bane, man. Bane will be able to tell you he's a master of plane crashes.
You're a big guy. For you, Captain America. So this is going to be the part of the video where most going to talk about a movie, and that is Avengers.
Alright, there's no hiding it after that.
Yeah, okay, so let's start
off to the open, no confusion.
Yeah, you can't deny superheroes and shit.
Yeah,
and aliens. I mean, superheroes is one thing, but aliens is a whole different.
Superheroes is like human superpowers. Like aliens is from outer space.
Yeah, I mean you can say God is, but God, Thor's like a god or an alien because he's an alien technically. You could say, but I think most people would refer to him as God or guy because he looks like a human. But the Chitauri are like a whole different game.
So, wait, just give me a second, on paper.
I'd blame the Avengers for the destruction of New York. I'd blame them. I'd be one of those contrains who says the Avengers ruined everything.
So imagine if you were in New York and you just setting aside and just watch the whole thing. What would even be a reaction like?
Why would you watch the thing? Are you crazy? Just sit.
Yeah, but you can't exactly run that much.
But you can hide.
Yeah, okay, you hide and watch it. You hide inside like a snake or whatever. What will the reaction to Captain America be? Oh, this old guy is joining the fight.
Maybe if I put a cardboard box on my head and I snuck in, I could watch it.
I think it depends on like your previous opinion of Captain America. I mean, I think
Yeah, but like he's like we would like think like, oh, this is just the actor. Oh wow, he's defending New York, guys. Oh, good for him. He's
no,
probably there.
I think they'd be all in. And I
Yeah,
think
what about
Captain,
Black Widow?
I think Captain America being back in like being back alive made the headlines. Black Widow, you just wouldn't recognize. You'd be like, oh wait, like
Wouldn't
a
even
chick
think
with
about
guns.
Black Widow.
Okay, fine, 4. Captain America
You'd
and
be like,
a
dude,
god
look for the big
fighting
fight guy,
together.
and oh, you wouldn't care about Black Widow realistically.
Okay, fine. Black Widow can die for everyone cares. So,
You'd be focused on like Iron Man and Hulk and Captain America.
so like you're watching it and you're thinking, who's the good guys? Wait, okay, the aliens are obviously bad.
It's obviously
Yeah, I think I think if you're actually there, you'd be rooting for the
Avengers.
yeah the Avengers.
Like,
only if you're a man in a business suit, you'd be rooting.
okay, so
for the other side.
I don't mean to this to be offensive or anything, but 9/11, like, oh no,
Oh no!
this is like 20, 40 times worse than 9/11.
God, the cleanup afterwards would be awful.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, so many lives.
So many people would like die of.
Yeah, but like 9/11 had like a huge effect on the world. What would this do?
Wait, would we still like invade another, like go to another country to kill the person responsible? Would we say it was
I
like?
think you gotta go to another universe.
Yeah, like
Would we say we have to kill the purple guy for
I think yes, it's kind of different though because I would say like say there was no shield, then the U.S. military would be
yeah, the
like
shield
on
became
their,
obvious after that.
yeah okay, but like the U.S. military would be on their ass to make and get like a 500 million or 500 billion budget up to make
clean up.
anti space nukes and like space weaponized spaceships.
Project Star Wars.
Like NASA would suddenly become like one of the most important like military branches, but because their shield they kind of had it, but shield probably got out in the open, got a budget raise, and told to make a ton of anti-space weapons.
Wait, what is the public interpretation of the Avengers? Like, what would the government say? Imagine being a government official and just going up to a press conference and saying, okay, so, aliens exist. You know what? That was not a good idea. Let's talk about something else.
Because I'd say show me Area 51 countries.
Yeah.
Show me Area 51.
How would you even explain that? Like, okay, so this guy is from heaven, let's say that, and his brother is actually almost like Lucifer.
I think they wouldn't really explain it. I think they would be just like, yeah, aliens exist. They invaded Earth. Yeah, tough luck, guys. I think they wouldn't. I think they wouldn't tell us the whole story. I think
Yeah, this one alien, he looked like a teen heartthrob, and for some reason he wanted.
Oh, that's another alien who looks more harder. Who's actually the bad guy.
Dun dun dun. Oh, imagine all the books and movies that would get.
Imagine your religion.
shit, yeah.
What would religion be?
Oh yeah, there'd be a new. There'd be
Yeah,
new-
like-
yeah, they'd be starting new, and people would massively if like word about Thor got out in the open, people would be massively joining like the what you call it, like Norse ancient Norse
Mythology.
What
religion.
about Chitauri religion? People.
Okay, so the Sitari is obviously
But some people are.
Lucifer's disciples or something.
Oh god. No, the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, okay. The horsemen of
first
apocalypse,
wave
except
of the-
100,000 times more.
The first wave of the apocalypse.
Wait. Christianity will be fucked. Like, what would the Pope say?
I think
What would the
Christianity
Pope
would say. I think Christianity. I think he'd say they're creatures from hell or whatever.
Yeah, but like Thor. He's like... He's like...
Oh wait, isn't there gonna be like 4 in Infinity War? Is it 5?
Yeah, it's gonna be in Infinity War one day.
Is it 4 or 5 of them?
4 or 5 of who?
of those, Black Order.
Oh no, there's like let me just there's four. There's the big guy, there's the looking smart guy. There's the woman who is apparently played by Kevin Winnick, who knows, and there's the another big guy, but not that big. Like it looks like a Batman, except
you.
yeah. I forgot the names. Shit.
But no, I don't think it would affect religion all too much.
Yeah, what
Yeah, like okay, so imagine
you're
you're
overthinking it.
okay, so let's just go to.
Iron Man.
There's more things to talk about Avengers. The consequences, like, would you become religious or kill yourself?
Huh?
Nah. Now, and at the point of Avengers, you might still like think it's a one-time type of thing.
Yeah, one time, the event, the incident. So.
Yeah, all the movies you'd have to watch about it. All the History Channel retelling.
The History Channel would suddenly become like relevant.
Yeah.
What
What really happened in New York? Was it a government conspiracy?
Oh, well, actually, it kind of was a conspiracy.
Okay, yeah.
I think in some countries it would turn into a conspiracy.
Yeah, but the Avengers was actually a government conspiracy. Like, it was a yeah.
They were conspiring to
Yeah, the create the
bring them
Avengers.
together.
Oh, that's just great. Oh, we're just planning on bringing the Earth's most powerful heroes. Oh, and there's Hawkeye. And Black
Oh, but
Widow.
I don't think they tell that. I just think that, oh, well, the Avengers came to save us. Oh, we're so lucky. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
What would we do if this happened in real life? Would it just be like Independence Day?
No.
It's comical with that.
Yeah, Independence Day, there was humans. Like, humans won it. Or, like, normal people won it.
But Captain America, like, a lot of people see Captain America as just like a World War II veteran, and they think Tony Stark is like an American business engineer. And
People actually think that Captain America has Alzheimer's and just doesn't know what he's doing. Like,
And I mean, Hawkeye
you
and Black
Nazi
Widow are
scums.
government employees, also like Americans for the public, and then you have, who am I missing? Thor. I have Thor and Hulk are like the odd ones out.
Okay, Thor, he's an actual god. Like, he has heaven to go to, or Asgard, or whatever you call it. So,
And then there's Hulk.
wait, what about the fact that, okay, it's not that big, but the government tried to nuke New York.
Wasn't the
I think
government-
I think they'll sweep that under the table too. I don't think like
It won't be
Yeah,
competition.
oh,
We
what's
won't know
going on?
everything from the incident. They'll sweep up a few
Yeah,
details.
but, okay, the few there's like Iron Man just carrying a nuke, and wow, what about the fact that the nuke
Yeah, but
actually managed to kill like most of them.
Yeah, but they like classify it. I don't know. Do whatever.
Yeah. Would Iron Man tell the government that the nukes actually
No.
was effective? Yeah, he wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't. And
no. I think he'd tell, and I think the government they aren't stupid. Like Iron Man carries a nuke through a hole, and suddenly all the aliens die in New York. I think they put one and one together, and that Iron Man did something with that nuke to take the aliens out.
why would Iron Man just say, okay, guys, I just talked to the aliens. They're actually real nice folks, so.
And you left our nuke with them? You're under
Yeah.
arrest for high treason.
Wait, let me just explain. If you kill me, the aliens will come back and kill you all. Oh, Christ.
Nah, I
I
don't
remember
think. I think that the government. Maybe he'd even tell to Fury.
Yeah, but like, the amount of nukes, there will be so many nukes, like every country, even the small ones, will focus on getting nukes.
Nah, because Shield is like a world organization, right?
They're not the most. No.
It's like kind of part of the UN or something. So I think people
It's a
would.
secret. Like, I think it's most of the
Yeah,
Iron Man 1 and 2 makes it seem like he's not that publicly known.
Yeah.
No, but I think it comes out in Avengers. They're like in Avengers.
Yeah, it
they're
comes
like,
out of Avengers.
Oh yeah,
so-
Like in Avengers, they step up to the plate because then they kind of need to. Because the world, and I think it's kind of like the UN but for space defense. So I think most countries would feel safe under, but still, it's like an American organization. So China and Russia would probably still stack up on nukes, but they already have a ton, so they wouldn't.
Oh wait, I actually forgot to say something.
North Korea would make nukes, but then they blow themselves up. Oh wait.
Actually, yeah, I forgot to say something. In Iron Man 2, there's like this race one or whatever name event, and then suddenly the Whiplash comes and Iron Man actually fight each other. Would it actually be another sports event?
Yeah, it says the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like
It's like Conor McGregor versus Mayweather's for fights of the century.
yeah, and they might actually kill each other.
Hasty American billionaire versus strapping fat Russian crazy psycho man.
Stalin versus Trump. Who will win?
Stalin's dead.
Stalin. Well, Stalin's dead, but if they were alive, Stalin. Because Stalin,
Putin
when he
versus
was
Trump.
like, Trump is like 70, you know, and I mean, Stalin died when he was like 55, so, I mean,
There wouldn't be
Stalin
another
would
F1 event.
be much younger.
I just forgot to say, there wouldn't be
So
another
how did we
F1
get
event.
from MCU to Stalin versus Trump?
Okay, so going back to topic, Iron Man 3, or can we talk more about Avengers?
Yeah, let's just move on.
Yeah, we can do Iron Man 3 and we probably make some
Yeah.
back notes too.
Avengers. So Iron Man 3.
It's not that well
So
known.
ISIS exists. That's it's like a normal world. ISIS exists, except they can maybe kill the president.
They can blow themselves all the way down.
Yeah, and they can
Well,
still
it's kind
fire.
of it should be kind of a big deal because they kidnapped the president, but they make it seem
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because
so
because it's like the incident happened.
It was
What's the big
weird
deal
how
anymore?
small scale it felt. Like the response. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
but-
oh, the president's being kidnapped. What should we do? Should we call Captain America? Should we call the Department of Defense? No, just do what? Actually, what do they send for the president? Oh,
I think the in the movie the person being kidnapped doesn't go in like public that much.
I'm
like,
not sure. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Like,
because the
it's-
Secretary of Defense like had a kid who lost his leg, and like when Rory told him,
still,
and he didn't say anything.
the president being kidnapped, even if it's like for a short time, would be a big deal in the
No, because
intelligence community.
no, because the aliens invaded Earth.
It would be a super
they have
big deal.
bigger.
It wouldn't be a big deal to like the public because we wouldn't know, but like to all the defense
Yeah,
departments,
but they're probably focused on
they
like
know
building
it.
nukes. Like the president doesn't become that important anymore. Like defend Earth, create nukes. Look
You're not
out for
now.
understanding.
it'd be a big deal, but because it's not with like aliens, it'd be totally like it would be put in like another corner of one's mind.
Oh yeah, and this is
I don't
just
think
after the
understand
incident.
what
The one
I'm
thing.
saying like agencies like Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, okay. I
Oh yeah,
forgot.
they
they
go
don't-
crazy.
Their job is to protect the president. Maybe the Secretary of Defense just lied to them. Or
No,
what
but
did
they
they
still
say?
know he's missing.
Yeah, but
They knew he was missing, but they didn't know where because he was misdirected.
it depends. Like how many of the Secretary of Defense is corrupt, or maybe ISIS.
Huh?
Maybe some more 10 Ring supporters or owe something to them.
I don't
I
think
mean, owe something to the
Like the
Don't
president
know.
can't take a piss without his like
yeah.
people knowing where he is.
yeah.
Okay, so the one thing I'm getting from this is that a lot of people are getting fired after the president arrives.
Yeah, wait, how did they kidnap? Oh yeah, with the roadies, but they really couldn't have prevented it. Well, I think the next time.
No, they could not prevent it, but they could
Well,
have
they
tried
could
to
have.
find it.
If like when Rhodey arrived, they were like, Sergeant Rose, could you please do an ID check, retinal scan? Yet, and he would have had to open his. Maybe he could have still kidnapped the president, but at least it wouldn't have been so easy. Because like Rhodey arrives in the suit, and then he doesn't even say anything because he has a different voice. So he just salutes and then walks onto the plane, and everyone okay, fine.
You'd ask to open your faceplate at least.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Okay, so what we're doing from this is pretty poor writing.
But I guess maybe it's kind of realistic too because they like the perception of a lot of even like the president's mind, like Iron Man and the Iron Man suits are like invincible, so they in their perception, Iron Man suits could never ever have been captured.
Well,
Especially
To be
that
fair.
intact. It still looks very nice, you know, because that's by the way, that's a giant plot hole because the fucking for some reason, you know, the AIM guys have these fire powers and what's his name, Killian? He uses his fire powers to like make it like burn Rhodey out of the suit. but for some reason there's literally no damage on the suit. Maybe just like heated it up. I don't know.
I don't like how the extremist powers looked in the movie.
Wasn't the second Mark
Don't you
4 or
think-
something?
But
But
did you think they looked weird? The actual power looked kind of cheap.
Wait, you mean the fire
Like
powers? What?
The extremist effect didn't
Yeah,
look
okay,
that-
extremist.
It didn't look that good.
It looked weird, but
That was fine.
I wouldn't mind. Like, it's not that big of a concern how people look. We're not a racism movie in this world.
Pretty good the same.
The same.
I think the same until
Oh,
aliens.
Obama wasn't president in this universe, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I think it was after he only got
knows?
one term. I think Alice
I guess.
replaced him.
Yeah.
So who knows? So
Is Alice a Republican or a Democrat?
I never say.
I know,
Also-
but what do you think? Just like speculation.
I'm gonna say Democrat.
I feel like he's a Republican,
Yeah.
especially if he because he booted out Obama. I don't think he would have booted out Obama of his own party.
Maybe they thought he was incompetent after the Chitari invasion.
yeah, like maybe this
That's
is your
actually not
fault.
that.
You
I
should have been prepared.
think the Republicans would capitalize on that. Like the Republicans would be like, you see, Obama ruined our space defenses. We had no defense against aliens once, however. Who's called the
Our defense was a green guy.
alien invasions? I think it would be something like that, though.
All the talk shows.
Oh my
you can
God.
imagine all the jokes.
Imagine all
Like
the
Stephen
debates.
Colbert, it makes a big holes. Sketch.
Was,
Trevor Noah.
was Obama the worst person ever?
Was Obama secretly working with the Chitari to
Was
destabilize?
Obama an alien guy?
Okay. Was
What if
Obama
Obama
on
is a
Mars?
scroll?
Oh, my
Captain
God. Imagine if, oh my god, imagine if Trump becomes president in this world.
Why are we making so many
Okay,
presidential?
fine, okay. Politics aside.
Well, I
you
mean,
want
we're talking from the standpoint
Oh,
of
yeah.
an average citizen, and I think an average citizen would greatly consider the political would greatly base his choice of president and stuff like that on how he's gonna handle shit like aliens.
wait, being a president that means so much more now because you're basically, you have to like prepare the country in case another incident happens. Aliens attacking them. Oh. There will be no one who wants to be president.
Nah, people always like to be president.
Yeah, but like,
Or
the world they live in is so bad.
it's not gonna be.
Not as
It's
bad
not
as the
that
comics.
worse in this world.
Okay, the comics. Okay, comics in another episode. We're not going into that. Oh god.
I mean, it's not that different to this world. We have horrible stuff in this world.
No, because in the comics, like the world starts in humans. School explosions, kills.
Well, Thanos killed the Inhumans, so it's fine. He threw the moon at the Avengers.
Wait, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Thanos killed the Inhumans, so it's fine.
Yeah, because he's seen
No,
it
no
so
Terrigen
percent.
myths. No Terrigen myths. Oh, excuse me.
What is it?
I said there's no Terrigen myths in the MCU because Thanos killed the Inhumans.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, because he threw the. But it's not the Earth's moon,
Yeah,
right?
No, I don't think it.
Apparently.
Wait, would there even be wars in this world?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, that's
Iron
true.
Man 3, they were fighting terrorists. Normal.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
He was practically Bin Laden in that.
should we go on to the
wonder-
next?
I also
we're on
wonder
there.
I also wonder what how the internet is.
Oh.
That's
Wait,
a
how?
very good question, especially since the internet's
Oh.
such a big part of
How are
life.
we
Right?
talking about that yet?
I wonder if those Iron Man
Fortran
shows.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
Oh,
How
God.
Alex Jones be?
The superheroes that are here to take away our rights, that they're gonna throw us in camps and they're gonna send us to space.
Tony Stark the new Hitler.
Tony
Hashtag
Stark.
question mark. Hashtag buy my merch. Oh Christ.
Told you, folks. I told
I
you.
the bomb bra.
Captain America's a Nazi.
Oh.
Well, that's actually true, but
Not anymore. I haven't read
okay, fine. Okay, now, okay, no
Yes,
Secret War spoilers.
please,
No
but-
Secret War spoilers. Let's not spoil that movie.
Vampire.
I mean that comic.
Yeah, Secret Empire. I haven't
Secret
checked
Empire.
the last 2 issues
Secret
yet
Wars.
because
Oh,
of
that would be funny.
vacation, but I do know it like resolves. Maybe they kill Cap. I don't
Okay,
know.
I know how it ends and I know how it begins.
Don't tell me how it
How it
ends.
begins.
Yeah, I won't tell you that.
How it ends.
Now
It's a good
how it
advance.
ends.
Beginning of the end.
Okay.
Good advance.
What would conspiracy channels be like?
Oh my god.
They
The
be
city of-
they-
Wait,
like-
would the
they-
Winter
they-
Soldier
they
actually be a
like-
thing?
They blame
Like
like
before Winter
everything on
Soldier.
aliens. They'd be like, did the aliens actually do 9/11? And
Was Bin Laden actually
yeah, was Bin Laden actually Chitauri?
Was he Asgardian?
Oh, that would be so funny.
Was he actually Loki?
Who?
By
Bin
The
Laden.
little squirrel.
Was he actually Loki? That's why they can't find Bin Laden.
Bin Laden never stops. He just transformed to a new world, guys. Wait, there's something.
He's with Let's Go at the moment.
Wait, would there actually be some conspiracy channels that cover up his like the Winter Soldier stuff?
Yeah.
No, I
because,
think the Winter Soldier stuff is I think the first time like everything got out in the open, so to say. Because
No,
of,
yeah, but like
The
no, that
actual
was
Winter
after
Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Like
He
that
means
was after.
actual Winter Soldier.
Yeah, like actual Winter Soldier. Like
oh,
would there be conspiracy theory about the hitman with one arm?
And the master.
maybe like an old Russian dude who was like the one person who who escaped him or something. But like even like Widow says in Winter Soldier the movie, that most of the intelligence community doesn't even believe he exists and stuff. So I
Okay,
think
so he's a myth. It's like Bigfoot, except
he's a myth.
more
He's
real.
a myth to like high level CIA operatives and shit and SHIELD
Yeah, but-
operatives.
Oh my God,
It's like-
Snowden. Okay, Black Widow's basically the
No,
Snowden.
no, microchip is Snowden in the MCU.
No, 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 no.
Snowden is
No,
micro.
Black Widow Snowden because okay, we'll
Oh,
get
God.
more to that later. So let's go to the next movie.
Is Winter Soldier.
No, that's For the Dark World.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll talk a
I
little
forgot about
about
that
this.
piece of crap.
We'll talk a little about this because it's not that much Earth
Or the
related.
Dark World doesn't really involve Earth that much.
Yeah, except London or like one
Except a
city.
bit of London and bits like, because of the convergence, like shit starts falling
Oh,
through
shit.
dimensions and shit
Oh.
like that. So people would be like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? But then like a little later, they'd be like, oh, everything's fine, I guess.
Oh my God, there's a beast that still lives. I forgot about that. Oh my.
Oh, that was so,
That was
so
so crazy. Like
stupid.
there was a.
that was so stupid. A bullshit.
I feel like ISIS will probably capture them.
What?
Like made
But
weapons out of it.
it's in London though.
Okay, but maybe there's ISIS one. Okay, who knows?
No, don't make me think about that.
Okay, fine.
It's awful.
Okay, fine, I won't. We're just moving on to the next topic because there's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah, Thor the Dark World's very shit. There's no.
Okay, that's it. Moving on to the controversial political movie.
It's not
Winter
controversial.
No, I mean controversial as the government.
No, it's not very
us.
controversial, but it does raise some questions about like privacy versus security. It doesn't automatically mean it's controversial.
Yeah, and also reminder, Black Widow is like.
I do think
except-
people have different opinions. I think Civil War is much more controversial, but in a way,
Yeah,
still
fine,
people are like,
fine.
yeah, government
More
should be
talk
kept to the
later.
listen.
Well,
Oh, yeah, okay,
so
okay.
Black Widow's like slower than our time, except she basically revealed everything. Like,
And then they
Yes.
never talked about it ever again.
yeah, but Simo, they're like the.
And they
like,
actually never talked about what she released, which is a disappointment.
Well, Simo
Little
talked
bit.
about a little.
A little bit, but
He uncracked the code or something.
it could have had some like interesting story.
Yeah,
things
but
going.
to be fair, I don't think they have
Instead of making
it.
it, instead of shoving Spider-Man in, they should have like explored.
Well, the
that
thing is,
plot.
I think she just dumped basically every SHIELD intel file on the internet, but that's like millions and millions
Yeah, how
of files. So if
how
you
could,
like
like,
data
this-
miners picked out like the big headlines, and the news articles, like news sites copy those headlines. So like a lot of shit is not very interesting or is doesn't really make sense, so people just leave it at that.
Good question. I
Wait,
think Captain Marvel would be mentioned in the leaks.
Oh yeah?
no, because I feel like she wasn't a shield agent. Maybe just a Nick Fury ally or something.
I feel like they're gonna make her a Shield agent.
Okay, maybe she was in it, but like not as a hero, and just like
No, she
a Hawkeye. Like
she
they
seems
thought it was,
that doesn't make sense. The movie takes place in the 90s and she clearly has the powers, so.
Okay, so we can talk about more that later because that's
Would
for another
expose
video.
the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well with those files.
Oh, I
Yeah,
I think they would cap, but the thing is, I think because there are like literally probably millions of files, I think not really anyone took the time to go through all of them. And then you read Agent Melinda May, Special Shield Operative,
Yeah.
the bus, and you're like,
and
okay,
you guys
I don't care.
Let's forget the CIA
No.
still exists, so they can actually delete the file right after.
Yeah, and probably they deleted some shit.
Yeah, so there was
Yeah,
probably
actually,
very
they
few details
like
that came
Sima
out.
also said some shit was encrypted, so you need like extra access to access them. Now a lot of shit is just like blur without side information of the actual event.
So you need a lot of patience
Yeah,
and be
and
smart.
time. I think
Well, the helicarrier, like wow, the government, or maybe the government, tried to kill me.
What if ISIS like tried to suicide bomb me?
I'll walk by. This is for my people. Loki was Bin Laden, my brother. Oh, that's difficult.
Don't you think like terrorists would try to like take helicarrier?
Yeah, but they wouldn't be successful.
nobody
Like,
even knew the helicarriers would exist, and how are you gonna like a helicarrier in the fucking sky? You know how hard it is.
why
Like, have
haven't
you
they
ever
watched
been
it?
through airport security? How are you even gonna get there?
I don't know.
Oh, airport security. Oh. Because going back to
And then okay, say you're no wait one more thing. And say you're there, you somehow capture or buy or find like a small plane, and then you like did you see like the weapon emplacements on those helicarriers, and you just land on the helicarrier and walk out and take the whole thing. No, you get shot out of the sky before you're even close to landing.
yeah, and they just okay. So going back to 9/11, how would airport security be in this world? Because
the same.
Probably
yeah, but
like
9/11 affected airport security and shit and stuff like that. I mean,
probably even worse, but not
9/11
like it
still
can't
happened
make
in
it
the
that
MCU.
much worse. So.
I mean, after
9/11 still happening this, but what would we even talk about 9/11? Oh god.
Probably.
well,
yeah, but like
why would Avengers affect airport security with aliens?
yeah, but like maybe undercover agent like it's so many
There were
questions.
shapeshifters in the film.
Yeah, but like, how would they know? For all they know,
Why
like,
would they
could,
think of that though? Shapeshifting.
Who knows? Fine, moving on. Should we just move on to the next movie? Oh wait, Guardians of the Galaxy can't. We can't really talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's not really relevant to her.
Yeah, unless we talk about the fact that a kid just disappeared and maybe History Channel's talking about that.
Look, unfortunately, kids disappear all the time, and this kid just lost his mom, so people probably assumed he ran away in like
Hey, the CIA still
that-
exists, so wouldn't they know if he got?
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
contrary to popular
Dog,
belief, no one knows
I could run away. I could be kidnapped today, and if it's done well, nobody would ever find me.
Well,
Kid ran away and joined the circus.
I'd kidnap you. What?
okay, fine. The kid ran away and joined Hydra. So, shall we talk about?
That's why I want to kidnap me.
Should we talk about Adventures Age of Ultron?
Coming up.
Because
I'm joking. Go on.
country.
Doc is like, okay, then we end the podcast.
So guys, we'll talk about it. So we're ending the podcast. See you guys next month. So, a country just went to the sky. Okay, what's worse?
It's more like a
or
village,
Avengers
to be
1?
honest.
I think Avengers 1 is worse because it's in the United States.
It's more like a
Okay, so
village.
everything. Yeah, but like this, it's like
It's
a
not an
village
entire
went to the
country.
sky. Okay, fine. A city went to the sky, and
I wouldn't care, to be honest.
okay,
No
okay,
offense
fine.
to the
I
no
think
offense to
at
the
first
people who died, but
I didn't really care, but then I think eventually you realize if the city dropped or something. I'm not sure if they
You would have
revealed
died.
that, but yeah,
You
the whole Earth would have died. And then you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then you start blaming Tony Stark and shit, and the event.
No, if you're dead, you wouldn't blame him.
I'd say it was that bad Ultron, man.
Wait, did people know Tony Stark created? Did people even know about
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Not really.
no, not really.
Michael Douglas did. Michael Douglas and Ant-Man did. And he's not a shield or high
Yeah,
up
but he's got like shield connection still.
No, I think
No,
I think if Michael, that's a good point, Dar. I think if Michael Douglas knew, like most people knew somehow,
Yeah. I think if Michael Douglas, the actor, knew, everyone knew.
To be honest, I want to see what the memes were. Back when
Oh, the memes.
I think about that. What kind of memes would?
Well, I mean,
would
like
get-
live at the time of Age of Ultron actually happening, there probably weren't many live news reports,
Oh
so
my
people
God.
only would find out after. But they probably make memes like when you
The
find
sky
out
is
you almost
falling.
died and stuff like that.
Oh my God. When you find out you almost died to your own creation. A face of Tony Stark being sapped.
What? It's all,
No.
it's all that woman's fault for throwing the. Did she spit on him in the film or not the comic?
What?
She didn't spit on him in the film, did she?
No, she didn't.
No.
Simple film.
Oh, it's all that woman's fault. Blame her.
Okay. Wait, the memes. Think about more about that.
It's kind of. I agree with Captain because if no one gets saved in the end if you bloody oh fuck, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Like if the Avengers didn't come to Sokovia, then no one probably would have got saved. Everyone would have been dead. So yeah,
I'd be making memes of that Quicksilver guy.
Was he out in 2016?
I'd be making Quicksilver memes.
Wait, will Quicksilver be that known? Like,
yeah, Quicksilver would have just been like.
A guy.
If they make it public, would just been like a hero died. They'd be like, oh, he died in the battle. Okay, like no one would have known he like.
It's like Hawkeye dying, except less known.
No, but he's still an Avenger. You know who he is.
No,
he wasn't an Avenger until
he joined the Avengers like in the middle of the battle. That was only because like his sister did.
Yeah, like he didn't even.
No, I'm talking about if Hawkeye died. You know he.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
because he's an
Hawkeye,
Avenger.
Wait, how they make like
Wait, in the reality shows or talk shows, would Super Avengers people appear on it?
Oh yeah, that's
Hawkeye
a good point. Like Bill Mayer and
I think they pee on him, but not if he died.
Last week tonight or something. I don't know.
Okay, last week, the aliens happened again.
Oh, John Oliver, imagine his. Oh, God.
What the fuck? The fuck? Well, the CIA.
It's the current year. We can't have cities falling out of the sky on our head. It's the current year.
Obama out, Trump in.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so tired. So,
It's only 9 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
it's 10. It's almost 10.
No,
So, should we talk about the fact that what is there to actually talk about?
Civil War still there.
Oh, what happens if you actually were in every one of the incidents? Like you were in Saudi Arabia when Iron Man attacked those
PG.
terrorists.
It wasn't Saudi Arabia.
Okay, fine. You were in Mexico or where it was.
You'd be dead.
Okay.
I don't think it
Okay. Let's say you survived, and then you went to a trip to Harlem.
I'm like Kaiser Bob who he sees all these events. I'm like,
I think God would hate me probably. I believe.
Yeah, but imagine being in every single situation. Imagine surviving Harlem, surviving New York, surviving the.
And then you die
surviving.
and you get the tub.
I survived all this, but I died of this. What the fuck, God? Can you just kill me in the invasions?
No, when Thanos comes, he kills you. You're like, oh.
Now, what happens if you
just
survive?
his fingers and you die. That's it.
I believe you're the last surviving human.
You literally-
I survived everything, and then I died because of a tub. Thanos was just another memory. So moving on to
Civil War.
no, because it was Ant isn't that big because
Oh, Ant-Man.
at this point, like it's pretty normal.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
So Ant-Man wouldn't be that big, like it
Ant-Man
happened.
wasn't that big.
So it would be a conspiracy, like one of the heroes in the past. Silence on the hero in the 70s or something.
I can see memes going on with Ant-Man. The
Yeah.
memes.
Ant-Man was there.
But I don't think a lot of people know about Ant-Man until Like, do they even know about him in Civil War? I don't think people really know about him, man.
People really. I don't think people know about Ant-Man. So let's just go on to Civil War. The most probably going to be talked about today.
I mean, Civil War, because I think Civil War would actually raise like like the comic and the movie are do too with us. Like people would actually also if you live in the universe argue about if superheroes should be like regulated by the government or should be independent.
So this is basically like the immigration stuff, except immigrants can.
Hey, I was immigration.
No, okay, no. Let's not talk about that. Okay, no.
It'd be more like if you had like if you had a SEAL if you had like an independent SEAL team operating on foreign soil, but
yeah,
they don't
but like I think that's different because like I know I also did the SEAL team example once, or SEAL. But like SEALs are really military, so I think people would be against that because they'd see it as like a private military militia organization or something like that. But I think if it's like Captain America, Iron Man, they really have like a superhero image to them. Like people, especially Captain America, people really respect Captain America and like trust his judgment over the world. So I think a lot of people would still be fine with superheroes being superheroes because they're superheroes, not like military. But a lot of other people would still not be fine with it.
Yeah, but Ultron also happened. Like, it's kind of Tony's fault, but
it's kind of Scarlet Witch's fault.
Yeah, it's kind of Scarlet Witch is the blame.
She always gets off. Everybody just blames Tony, but nobody ever blames her for like.
Well, the opening of Civil War.
Well, I mean, maybe even without Scarlet Witch, you couldn't say maybe. Well, I mean. You never know.
But Ultron was inevitable, to be fair. Like, it was bound to happen
Ultron already existed in the...
Yeah, but like, it was bound to happen by someone. Like, it was just Tony Stark that time. Like, it wouldn't happen if aliens existed. It's like, imagine Terminator, except the reason they exist is because aliens existed. Yeah, that's kind of like that. Oh, I'm so tired. Wow. Oh, I forgot Scarlet Witch. When you find a magic,
I'd want her hands.
Do people know about Scarlet? It's not the official part of then. Yeah, people know about Scarlet.
Yeah, but imagine your reaction to magic. You'll be like, "Fuck me."
Oh, I'd want her arrested.
No, because he has magic. Like you need a military attack.
That's why I want her arrested because she.
Yeah, but the only way she is arrested is if she volunteers to be a lawyer.
I don't like her plot in the movie. I feel like they didn't know what to do with her, so they just did it.
So
how can you like her plot in the movie? Well, for real, you just hate the Russos because you molested your brother or something.
Hitler. Okay, I know that one.
Well, what would you think of all the heroes fighting each other? Like, what would your opinion be on that?
Yeah, what would your opinion be on Captain America? Like, he was basically the only, like, pure guy of all of them because he was...
I feel sad. I felt depressed. I'm like, oh...
Because Captain America was the most relatable one, like, the only one you could actually agree with. He was a soldier, he did his job, then he came back, defended the world, he didn't become vigilante or something.
Yeah, but that's, like, people relate to Captain, that's the thing, that's why I think a lot of people would still side with, like, Team Captain America, even if you lived in the universe itself, too, because people just respect the hell out of Captain America.
Yeah, but it would be pretty divided, because some people think he's going to control, because...
Probably it'd be divided, alright, hell yeah.
It's like Superman, it's like Batman v Superman. Superman can kill... Although he could kill more than a person, like he kill everyone if he wanted to. So him being under control is good.
It'd be very divided, to be honest. Like it'd be
pretty divided.
The Reddit threads of people voted.
What would John Oliver think?
John Oliver would just make jokes.
What would Alex Jones think?
Alex Jones would probably say Captain America's not the real Captain America from World War II.
Captain America died and got replaced by clone conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, those conspiracy theories will be so big.
Uh,
I'm so tired.
Also,
There's still one more movie.
why did Captain America stop all Vietnam and all the world wars if it was real?
I think they
Captain
know that he
America's
was
been hanging out with the
filming us.
Russians.
Captain America hanging out with KGB's agent, assassin.
Captain America's been hanging out with Al Qaeda.
Captain America's best friend is Ben
I
Laden.
don't know. I mean, with all the neo Nazis right now, maybe everyone would like low-key hate Captain
Well, Nazis
America or
still
something.
exist.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but like,
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the Nazis are more present than ever. I mean, they just see the Hydra
Oh, yeah,
took
Hydra,
over the
that's right.
world in
they would
2014.
join Hydra. That's obvious.
Hail Hydra.
Cigar.
Yeah, I think neo-Nazis would just be part of Hydra. I think you wouldn't have like alt-right or whatever. You would just have Hydra.
Wait,
Like
the airport
Hydra,
battle.
whatever.
Would the airport battle accidentally leak onto the public? Like someone filmed it from far away?
It'd be live cam.
Yeah,
Yeah, people
Periscope.
filming that.
But they did say
People
the
would
airport
film
was
that.
evacuated.
Yeah,
So-
but like,
Like,
It's
if,
the
but if there was
places you
someone
would
there,
film
they
from.
definitely,
what if you jump?
People would definitely be filming that. I mean,
Yeah,
Spider was filming that and Homecoming.
Yeah, but in the
so-
public.
yeah, but he put it like on his personal Tony Stark encrypted computer. So
Oh.
Mhm.
What about the Winter Soldier stuff?
What about it? I'd
What
say
about, like,
oh, people definitely that's just in it. That's in it. Like the location is real. It's Theodore Roosevelt Island, I think. That's where the Triskelions located. It's in the middle of the Potomac. That's the river. And like people, you can see that from a ton of houses in Washington D.C. Even so, that would have been filmed wildly all over by a lot of people.
Oh my, what happens? Would people actually believe that Winter Soldier was the killer or he was innocent?
no.
I know. I think
I'd
that's
say
kind of the
Roman
same as
prison.
now. I think that's just like I don't even think that changes with now. I think some people would say it's not his fault. I think some people would say he's still like should be held accountable.
Some more people would say he's a Nazi. Well, he was Nazi.
Some people would say he's in love with Captain America.
Yeah, such a.
Some people would draw like fan art.
That's nasty.
Oh my god, why did I think of that? Oh, my head. So, moving on to the last two movies we can talk about right now. Doctor Strange. Okay, Doctor Strange isn't that big actually.
No, no.
Like, it
it's not
doesn't go
big.
public.
It's not
Yeah,
big.
one
It's not
nurse,
big.
like one nurse knows what's kind of happening.
Yeah, that's it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, so-
Yeah, that's it, really.
Okay,
The
so
only
let's go
thing you
to.
probably would see is like a bald lady falls from the sky.
Yeah, like
And
wow,
That's it.
this is well
The
pretty
bald
bad
lady
considering what happened last week.
The
yeah.
bald
I
lady.
mean, if you've been there during the alien invasion, that wouldn't even been that crazy.
Yeah, like okay, just another lady dying. Maybe she,
Bald lady
maybe
was
she's
supposed to
magic.
be
Who
Asian,
knows?
but they didn't want to piss off China.
Oh no, that's not good.
People would be like, "Oh, it's another day of New York City."
It's just a crazy lady.
Yeah, she's just maybe she knows Thor. Who knows?
Maybe she's
She's
homeless.
Maybe she's Spider-Man. Okay, talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it'll be pretty normal. Like Vigilantes will be pretty normal. Daredevil.
It's just like you just
I mean,
think of
Spider-Man
like
Homecoming, the most like biggest event it has in the film that would other people would notice is the plane crash.
just say
Yeah.
like problems.
Yeah, but like
that's it.
okay, that's actually big because even if Alien attacked like New York,
Yeah,
a
people.
plane crash crashing down will be a national tragedy in this world. In the real world.
But they could Vincent Tony. They'd probably say just an accident.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be happy about it per se, but they wouldn't freak out over it. I think either.
Yo, imagine if you tried to kill yourself in a skyscraper by jumping and then you see a plane just coming down.
Why
Would
would
you
you
try
care
to
you're
jump
about
on
to
that?
kill yourself? Why would you?
Why would you think you're only in a skyscraper when you're about to kill yourself?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
a lot of
you would've-
skyscrapers in New
you-
York.
Yes, but okay, let's not get into this.
Like Spider-Man Homecoming isn't like a big event. It's like a very personal.
Yeah,
Also,
like
I meant
a few
so.
kids actually almost dying isn't that big.
Yeah, that's
As bad as it sounds, it isn't that big because, yeah. The
Because
president,
it's just bank robbers, really.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like
So
how
you-
Spider-Man saves it, Say
Spider-Man's the
already.
ringleader according to the newspaper, you know.
Spider-Man is the new Bin Laden.
Spider-Man
Wait,
is.
Oh, I know the title for this video. Spider-Man is the new Bin Laden.
But the newspaper would say,
That's what we say. What was it? What? Real? Too dark.
oh god, they got
oh, I
with
said, oh fuck, I forgot. Forget it.
Okay, so they talk about the movies, but there's one thing we can still talk about:
What's that?
Infinity War.
Oh, I'd kill
well, that's
myself
just
for that.
predictions. But people would flip because the Earth like dies potentially.
joined
So
Solids.
people would flip out about that.
I'd join Big Boss's side.
Wait, where does it take place even? Like, I think it take place on Earth because the landscape looks pretty Mars.
I think takes place on like multiple planets.
No, because they're like, there's one
I'd
thing
freak
where
out
Earth
because
side
I'd be
is
like,
ours.
dude, the Big Boss is real. Big Boss, he's a real guy.
Oh,
Like, we have to join Big Boss to save the world.
who's Big
Hey,
Boss?
who's Big Boss? I mean, I know who Big Boss is, but how is he real?
Dude, he's leading the resistance. So, you know.
Oh, you mean Captain America?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's one thing we can still talk about. If Squirrels ever goes public,
How long will you be on for now?
okay, this is a lot of things we'll talk about because we have been on for over an hour.
Oh wow, yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Squirrels.
You wouldn't know that.
I don't think anyone knows Skrull because like even Iron Man doesn't know about Skrulls, and the only movie Skrull will be, or so far will be in the 90s. So Skrulls
I
they
can make
they
a
covered
separate
that
video
up.
about this. Go about this on another day. So it's been an hour, and if you listen to it, the whole podcast.
You're a
Yeah.
stupid fucking cunt.
Yeah, you probably
Probably
still.
bored.
Thank you.
How bored? Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you
We'll
for
see you
listening
next
to us.
time.
See you
So,
next time.
Hopefully this
Take
episode
care.
doesn't get
Wear your
lost.
seatbelt.
Yeah, and hopefully
Careful
this
when you
doesn't take a
bike.
month to upload. You know what I'm talking about?
Put on your helmet. Put on your helmet during
Put on your thinking caps.
Put on your conspiracy hat.
Oh god.
So see you guys later. Captain America is a bad guy, but
Captain America loves Bucky.
Captain America is a cookie. I'm so tired.
Alright.
Well, when are we going to talk about Defenders?
Take care.
When are we going to talk about Defenders?
I haven't seen it yet. I couldn't see notification.